gamers, gamers, welcome back to another Tuesday night stream. It's me, your boy, JTV Live, back and ready with some more Planet Coaster 2. I'm pretty excited about tonight. We're gonna do something a little different. I'm kind of in a creative rut with the It's a Shore Thing remaster, so we're gonna take a break from that, and I'm going to show you guys part of what I've been working on offline. I have like 3 parks that I've been working on offline. And the other 2 are close to being done, so I want to save those for showcasing. But this is one that I just kind of started, so I figured I would show you guys what I have already, and we would just continue to work on it, because I have a lot of ideas for this park, which means I have a lot of things to do and a lot of content. So enough of the intro. I'm just gonna introduce you guys. This is Oakwood Point. It's gonna be, I'm going for kind of like a standard theme park kind of vibe, with different themed lands and all that stuff. So right here is the entrance structure, which I base off of the entrance to Hershey Park. So if any of you have been to Hershey Park, this might look a little familiar to you. And then over here we have a, outside of the park gift shop, with also some snacks here as well, because I feel like that's realistic. The main goal of this park is realism, and I feel like a lot of theme parks have like a gift shop as you're leaving, as well as, as well as restrooms as you're leaving too. So that's what that is. And you can tell that I built this right after I built this, because I was done with highly detailed theming. So yeah, so this is the entrance plaza, and then walking through here, we've got kind of the main walkway here, and I'm gonna build a fountain here. I might do that tonight, might do that tomorrow, we'll see. And then I also have some finished buildings here. Like this building is pretty much finished, kind of going for like a Bavarian style. And then these buildings are finished, and then the rest of them are just empty, unthemed shapes that are mainly here just for getting the sight lines. And then I also have this big castle gate and wall to lead to a fantasy section here. So that's basically the park infrastructure I have right now, and that's the main plan. This first themed land's gonna be a fantasy, like medieval kind of theme, and then after that, I don't know, but that's what I have in my mind. And it's gonna be a while before this fantasy section's done anyway. And as far as attractions coming over here, I'm really proud of this. I built this giant wooden hypercoaster here called Draconite. I think that I'm not sold on the name, but that's what it's called right now. And I built this really cool like dragon themed sign here with some fire, and then also just some weapons and a dead guy. And then I also just plopped down this forge statue. This is just like a base scenery piece. Just gonna add some dynamics to the area. And then also built this queue, which I need to build a walkway here. But other than that, this queue's pretty much finished. So before we get into all of the boring stuff, I figured we'd start out with something a little exciting. And we'll go ahead and ride. Oh, spoilers. We'll go ahead and ride the dragon coaster. Go and just do this. And I will disappear so you guys get a good viewing. What's up, Hamza? Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, no Zomboid tonight. Tuesdays and Wednesdays are Planet Coaster. But you're welcome to stay for Planet Coaster. It's definitely a different vibe. But but it's good to see you. I hope your week was off to a good start. I kind of misdid the timing with the second half of the ride, but we'll pretend that it didn't stop there. I'm pretty happy with the airtime on this ride. A very El Toro inspired layout, which I can't help myself but do whenever I'm building a super tall wooden coaster. Yes, no well, I could build a zombie themed park, which I probably will do. I think during October I'm gonna build like a horror park. So there will be zombies eventually. But yeah, definitely no pressure, which is nice. I mean, there's a little bit of pressure when I go and look at what other people in the Planet Coaster content creation space are doing, but I try not to worry about that and just do what I think is good enough. Yes, so that is Draconite, name subject to change because I'm not sold on it. It kind of sounds like a Disney Channel original movie. But yeah, so that's that. So the first thing I want to do is I want to try. I had an idea that I want to try. I've never done something like this before. So I'm gonna go into here. I just need a long pole. Get rid of the scenery theme. Where's the longest? I thought that would be way longer. I also thought that would be way longer. What I kind of want to do is I want to do like a rope with like either lanterns or flags kind of coming like this. So let's make our big stick as kind of like our line guide. Because one of my goals with anytime I do start a new park, my goal is always to try to like experiment and learn new techniques and new ways to build things. So let's see. Kind of like this. Looks about right. Okay, I almost nailed that actually. Like right. Dude. I nailed that on the first try. Okay, so now that we got that, let's go down into here and let's find some rope. Let's see. Like, I think the straight pieces are gonna do a little bit better for us. So let's go and align it up like that. And then the first angle we're gonna want is probably like that. So it needs to be some sort of sag to it. So like that. It's going to be kind of blocky up here, but hopefully from ground level, it won't be super obvious. Let's kind of move it like, I might have needed, I think I need a steeper angle. More like that. Move it down here, just kind of tilt it up. I'm kind of guesstimating the angles with this, so hopefully it doesn't look too janky. Okay. But having like strings of lights or maybe even like hanging flower baskets, I think is going to add a lot of character to the space and make it feel a lot more lived in. And then I also have yeah, I have set lighting off. So when it gets dark, we'll have to test the what's it called? Test the nighttime lighting. Yeah. That actually looks pretty good. Yeah, okay. I'm actually very happy with how this came out. This angle's a little bit too steep. Needs to be more like this. And this needs to be more like this. Okay. Let's go ahead and get rid of all of these. Goodbye. Okay, so we've got that. Now, do we have flags? It's fine. That can stay there. These. Okay, well, these have quite an angle to them. I wish they were more horizontal like. These might work. I don't see any reasons why these wouldn't work. If we line it up properly, like put the bar inside the rope. Yeah, like that. Yeah, and obviously we'll change the colors to make it a bit more like thematically appropriate. But this is definitely the strat. I have a lot of very vocal employees, it seems. I mean, to be fair, they don't have a lot to do. It's not like this park is exactly bursting at the seams with activities and guests, so I can't really blame them for being kind of bored. This up here. For the colors, I don't know. What colors do you guys think? I definitely feel like, I mean, I could do like the German flag colors, but that's a bit on the nose, I feel like. That might fit. There. And then all the way in. I don't think anybody's going to really notice that this is facing through the wall. Yeah. I dig that. I'm into that. For the colors, let's see. We did like a maybe like a dark, like a carmine, and then it's kind of Christmassy, but then if we did maybe like a golden brown to kind of get rid of the Christmassy vibe. I like that. I think I'm good with that color. Uh, red and green and gold. Nice. I think that works. That works for me. So now that we've got that, what else? Okay, well, I guess the most straightforward thing to do would just go ahead and start beaming this building. So let's do that. And all of these are on the same grid. We shouldn't need to do any finicky rotating or anything like that. So if I just go like, let's go all the way up. Yeah, go all the way up. Boom. All right. And coming here. Go here. And then here. This is going to be, I have a restaurant already over here. And I think, I don't know if I want to make this a gift shop or another restaurant. I think I'm definitely going to build a coaster station here. So maybe it might be worth making this the gift shop. So that way we can have the photo booth. Or I'll just put the photo booth here. Anyway, I'm thinking too far ahead. I need to focus on one thing at a time. It's going to kind of go like that. Actually, yeah. And then this doesn't need to be perfectly lined up with that because it needs to. It's more important that it covers that hole. Yeah, because that's like not really noticeable. And this guy comes again out over here. And then we bring him over here. That. And then boom. This part's kind of tedious, but I also kind of like it. Because there's like a certain meditative repetitiveness to it. And then also like a creative spontaneity. Since you kind of have to break it up with different cross beams and supports. It's kind of fun to choose out the design. I think there. And then here. All the way up. There. I'm not too worried about the back because this is just going to be a parking lot eventually. I'm not too worried about the sides on the bottom here because they're not going to be visible to the guest. So, which, speaking of not visible to the guest, one thing I need to fix is some of the sight lines with the parking lot, like here, and then also over here too. Because I do not want the parking lot to be visible from the pathways. It's fine if it's visible from a coaster, because it's kind of impossible to avoid that, unless it's an indoor coaster, I guess. But from the pathways, I don't ever want the guests being able to see the parking lot. Based. Get rid of that. And then just bring these up. There. Nice. Awesome. So now coming back over here for this front part, we're going to bring him right here. And then down here. And then I kind of have an idea. I have a vision in mind. Boom. Nice. Okay. That's all good. We can cover that up. We'll cover that up. It doesn't matter. Then over here, we're kind of just going to do the same thing. Kind of already did the front. I have an idea. Okay, I know what I'm going to do with this. So coming down here. We're going to throw this like that. And I want this to be centered. Okay, so already there. That was a voice crack. This. You're going to come down, right down to here. Oh, oh. Okay, there we go. I don't know why this was slightly tilt. I hate my twitchy fingers. Like, the worst part is how twitchy my fingers are, like, does not help. You would think it would, like, at least help me in FPS games. It doesn't. Okay, sorry. I had, like, a sneeze. I had a sneeze tease. And I was gonna mute so I didn't deafen anybody. All the way. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why this is tilted, and it shouldn't be. Doesn't really make sense why it is, but that's fine. We can work within it. Okay. So we've got all that. Kind of good to go. So now, go here. Nope. Yes. Steal this color. So we're gonna have this come down to here. Okay. I think this is gonna look really good when it's done. Hopefully it'll be done today. With how finicky these stupid hitboxes are. Okay. So that's all well and good. Hope that's poking out. Go. So now... Nope. Go here. And then... just like this. Bring it up. Bring it in. Bro, stop trying to grab... Dude, I don't want the roof. Throw that there. And then I'm essentially going to do the exact same thing, but this time with a smaller plank. I guess smaller post. Like this. And then come down. this, turn it around, and then move. We want it to kind of be equal. Speaking of equal, this is not equal to the other one, so easy. Now I want to change. Fuck it, I'm deleting the roof right now. So annoying. Okay, moving this, deleting that, I guess. Yeah. All right, I like that so far. The back doesn't need to be as complicated as this. Then coming down here. These the shortest ones? Yeah, this is the shortest. 75. Well, I need to count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like this. Boom. Boom. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna do this first. Throw this up like this. Also, hold on. Where's the game music? Why is it not on? Park music. Okay. Maybe if I pause. Cause I'm like, it's so dead quiet. Like this. Yeah, okay, you have to have it paused. Because I actually do like the music in this game. There. It's not what I thought would happen when I controlled Z. I thought I would still be holding the one I was moving, because I decided to do it like this. Okay. Here. Okay. Now we need to kind of balance out the symmetry. Like right here. This actually makes the middle section a lot cleaner. Perfect. So now that we've got that down, not quite what I want. It's not thick enough. Okay. It's not the first time I've heard that. Anyway. That was a joke. You're supposed to laugh. Go here. I think that's... Yeah, I'll kind of have to... I'll have to lower these horizontal beams, but I'm fine with that. For the good of the design, I guess. Boom. 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 Nice. So then go here, 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 and here. I'm gonna put my phone on silent. I don't know if you guys heard that very obvious Snapchat message, but I'll put that away. Let's see. I think that's all good. I'm pretty happy with that. So now let's pick out some windows. Let's see. I think maybe the stucco. Okay, obviously we'll have to change the color. I'm just gonna put that there for now. I need to grab this nice, very light cream color. Yeah, and this should be... Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nice. And then... I wish we had something triangle shaped for up here. Maybe we can, let's see if we can't kind of bullshit a triangle shape. I did this. Like here. Then... Here. No, it needs to be inside. There. This is gonna look like shit. Yeah, never mind. We tried. You know, it's the thought that counts. Ooh. I like these. The houses have eyes. Oh my gosh, literally that looks like a face. That's amazing. You got your eyes here, the nose, and then the teeth. That's funny. I like it. That's all good. And then for the windows down here. I'm gonna put them a little high. So I'll probably put flower boxes beneath them. Alright. So that's that building. It needs side windows though, I feel. Make them a bit smaller. That's too many windows. That's better. Okay. So all of that's good. Oops. Do I want to add a balcony to this? I feel like a balcony in this building might be fitting. Or no, I'll keep it pretty simple for the main walkway, and we'll get into more detailed theming like that in the actual medieval section, I think. So that's good there. Now this building, I want these windows. Give them the brown. Put this like right here. And then here. And then here. And then here. Okay. Then coming over here. Obviously one right. On. Let's finish these wood beams first. Yes. Perfect. Now coming here, we're gonna throw you right there, and then we need a door. A door. What door do we want? Got these stucco doors. Not that one. Too ornate. Too big. This one. We'll throw you down here. Give these the correct color. And a nice big red door. Perfect. And we'll give it a little circle window. I feel like it needs a little circle window. Maybe this guy? Just a little something up here. Add some character. Nice. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you build a Bavarian building, I think. So that's good. Now we need to come in here. Move this up here. Then do 125. Bam. Okay, I just needed to make sure it wasn't. Now we've got this. Move this over here. Easy. I'm gonna do the same thing over here. And obviously I'm gonna move the door forward a bit. Come over here. Down here. Easy. Here. Nice. Take all this. And we'll move it over here. I'm going to take my straw. Sorry. YouTube's once again been recommending me SNL clips from like the 2000s, so it's on my brain. Move this down. Easy. That's all good. I think that's the exterior done. I don't have any crossbeam supports for these because I don't quite know what I want those to look like yet. Okay, so the next thing I want to do, we're moving right along, gamers. This. And I'm just gonna go for this. These on the same. Actually, these might just be like directly across from each other. Okay, this angle is going to be kind of crazy. There's gotta be a better way. Okay. I feel like once we get it long enough, we can kind of just twist it the right way. Okay. I don't hate that. I'm not crazy about it, but I don't dislike it. And then if I move it down this way. Maybe like. Yeah. And then obviously get rid of that. Actually, no, don't get rid of this. This is kind of a crazy merge. Oh, they're not equidistance apart. Here's kind of where it lines up. Yeah, there's no way around that. And this is like way too much. Okay, well, what if I just did like this? There we go. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. And then let's see. This I kind of want to replicate. What if I... Okay. Now I can just move this as its own piece. All right. What's up, Thanwin? How are you doing tonight? I hope your Tuesday's going well. Let's see. Let me try this, maybe. I need another long stick. This worked pretty well for us last time. So if I wanted to do... like this. Okay. Then rope. Sky. This is the right size. Like that. Nice. Let's go. Okay. Then I think what I'm going to try to do is put like the hanging lantern chains underneath these. Go here. Right here. Flip it. Shit. Flip it. Like here. Then like here. Thanks, iTunes. Let's see. Okay. Based in Epic. looks a little crazy. I wish they had these light strings, but like straight. It kind of sucks that they're all like super bent like this, and they don't just have like. I mean, hold on. Is there like some way we could do this manually, as annoying as that would be? Maybe if we use these, made them tiny. What if we like put these? Oh, well, there's a problem. Let this play. What if we did? How long is that? Maybe. Oh, perfect. Is this as long? No, it's not. Okay. This look is... Okay, I think we'll leave that alone for now, because that's kind of a puzzle as to how I want this all to work together. So we're going to move on to something I'm a little more prepared for, which we're going to work on the interior of this building. So coming in here, first and foremost, the interior wall. I want the interior wall to be not the wood panel. I want it to be this wood, but a lot less, a lot brighter, less saturated. Like there. Move it in. Perfect. Boom, 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 boom. I'm definitely gonna lower this roof. I think it's a little high. We'll do this back wall first. Right here. Yeah, that does poke out. Perfect. Then we'll just grab these two. Just continue it down. Maybe this section can be a can be a restaurant. Maybe. This is a pretty decently sized space. I feel like it would be... No, this will be a restaurant. Okay. Okay, yeah, this will be a gift shop. I got it figured out. We'll put a bathroom in here. there. Get rid of that. Boom. Nice. This over here. Yeah, that should be fine. Then this, we'll have to change pieces to this one. Perfect. Okay, that's that. Then coming over here. Moving over here. Six. Boom. Down. Bam. Okay. Over here. Easy. Bring it. Nice. Based and coaster pilled. Okay, now we gotta lower this roof. I think right here should be good. Okay. I'm happy with that. Now we just need to pick out some lights. These feel like pretty standard. I know they're resort themed, but I feel like these are your standard theme park lights. So we'll put this guy. What else is that? Why would you do that, game? Yeah, right here feels about right. Okay, here. Okay, happy with that. And then just to add some extra light. Grab this and this. cooking out a little bit, but people aren't really going to be able to see that. Uh, yeah, we'll have to bring this down. Okay, nice. So now we grab this and we bring it up. Bring it to here. Um, nice. All right. I'm pretty satisfied with that as a start of the interior. Just move this in here. Bring it down. Nice. I want to do the same thing. This archway. Nice. So now that we've got all of that, let's do the floor. For the floor, I do love this. I do kind of like this. Or maybe more like a flagstone kind of thing. Yeah. Um, boom. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that because I'm gonna put some restrooms over here. Okay. Scenery. I don't know why caps lock is on. Which wood are we using? This one. So I want this. Just like that. Then this. Nice. So then no, the kind of yeah, I think that's fine. I'll probably change it, but for now, I think it's okay. Coming into here, I want it to be invisible. Uh, um, okay. I'm adding like a sidewalk kind of vibe. Epic. Nope, just that. Then come over here. Nice. I'll probably continue it over there as well. Nice. Yeah. Okay. I'm pretty happy with that. So now that that's all set, I think I'll leave it empty for now, with just the understanding that I will be coming back to this. But as of right now, the restrooms are connected, so that's good enough for me. Now let's go ahead and do this guy. I'm gonna pause to bring the music back while we do this epic uh crossbeam work. The music will come back eventually, I promise. Let's see. Go here. Yeah, that works for me. Works. Nice. Bam. Easy. Okay. Okay. I think that's good as like a base structure. Pretty happy with that. Scenery. We need a door. Always needing a door. I like not the sandstone, not castle double door. Maybe a painted keystone door. Make it a nice forest green. And then add the brown that we like. Yeah. I think that fits just fine. Throw that right there. I'm not really crazy about this outcropping, but maybe when I add more texture to it, I'll like it a little better. Boom. Okay. I think that's fine. Nice. Okay, so now that that's all done, let's get us some windows. I think I'm gonna do the wooden windows for this. Maybe something like this. Nice. Here. Easy. up like this. Yo, what's up, Crazy Emma? How have you been? Yeah. Dude, this actually looks so good with all of these lights and all of this stuff going on. We add some speakers, get some music playing, add some bushes. I think this is gonna go so hard. Officially 17, congratulations. You're just like, fuck, what's his name? Damn it. Okay, well, the bit's dead because I can't remember the guy's name. Never mind. Ugh. Oh, you're not feeling well? Oh, that's a bummer. Okay, I'm fine with this. Nice. Right there. Nice. Boom. Nice. Got all that. I don't really feel the need to do anything in this tight alleyway here. But I should probably do something about this side. Not gonna do anything too crazy. Probably just some verticals and then some windows. Then coming down here. We'll use the same windows on the side. Go. Delete that. Delete that. And bring these down. That there. Put that there. Cool. I'm happy with calling that building done. And this is the... Oh, we got 2 more buildings here, guys. 2 more buildings. But hey, this needs to be done. This may not be the most interesting thing in the world, but it needs to be done. We gotta just get it over with, you know? And it's worth it. It's worth it to put this time and effort into these buildings. Especially since like this is the front of the park. This is like the first thing people see when they enter. So you gotta do it right. Easy. Boom. Easy. Easy. Nice. Boom and bit like this. Nice. Okay. Coming into windows. That's a bit much. It's a bit much. It's a bit much with the hearts. Where all? Oh, I didn't realize I had something in the search bar. So I was like, where are all the stucco ones? You right here. Right here. Then right here. Yeah. I like that so far. And then again, I'm not going to bother too much this alleyway. I might bother with this behind part. Low-key, I might just Oh, this is gonna be genius. Shift it over a bit. Nice. Easy peasy. Bring it over here. Plop, just like that. Why are these not open yet? I'm trying to look for more, like, places we can connect these string lights. Maybe, like, from here. Here, and from here. There. I think that might look good. Okay. I'm kind of sick of doing the molding, so we'll save this last restaurant and the coaster station for later. Oh, I went ahead and split this build into 2 buildings. So we have this here, which I'm actually gonna rotate slightly. Just make sure it's, yeah. And then I just copy it, rotate it more. And this is basically going to be nice. And I'm actually going to make this come more like this. Okay. Which means that this like that. Bam, perfect. Look at that, baby. Beautiful. And it's going to protect, this is like the kind of the dirtiest way to protect the sight lines, but if it works in my opinion. So now we're gonna copy this, kind of come this way. Then this. Then Do the same thing over here. Delete that guy. Then copy and paste this. Throw this on here. Nice. Look at that, gamers. That looks rad. That looks rad. And it perfectly separates this area of the park. And what I'm probably going to do is have a path come here, have a section here, and then meet back up with it over here. What this section's going to be, this I'll probably do like an Alpine style. Because this Bavarian style is kind of partway between like Alpine and medieval. So I think if we did like Alpine here and medieval in here, this is a good like get between the two of those. Let me delete these lights. But now that we've got this figured out, the moat, I don't think I'm gonna have. Yeah, we'll have a moat on both sides, I think. I want to reset this though. Needs to be a little closer. Anyway, coming back down to here. Let's do these lights. More lights and more flags are what we need. So let's go get our long pole. I think maybe some flags. From here. Go over here. Almost. Grab these. Boom. Grab this guy. Here. Line it up properly. Perfect. Now that angle's a bit too extreme. So maybe like this. What? Can this not be rotated? Okay, unironically, this is gonna be easier just doing it like this. This angle needs to be a bit more down. Up. Like that. Over here. Looks pretty good. Yeah. I'd say that's about right. So, moving from there, let's go back down to here. Flag. Who's our good friend? Okay. So far, so good. This actually isn't as complicated as I thought it would be, and the result is pretty good. Boom. Dude, that looks great. That looks so good. Um, I'm gonna turn on. I just want to see how that looks. Okay, these don't really cast a ton of light on the ground, but it looks. They do add some nice character to everything. These are really bright in here. Does that make it any better? I guess it's fine. We'll have more lights being cast on the ground once we actually add more. Speaking of adding more, let's go ahead and do that now while I'm thinking about it. So come here. Yeah, that should be good. And we're going to put you inside here. I'm going to point you in this direction. We're going to cast you onto the ground. Just to give some extra light onto the actual pathway. We can give light to the actual building by putting lights in the bushes that we have down here. Or, I mean, partially we could just do this. Yeah. That's some good. And then we can do some, this. And this can kind of be our motivation for the light being cast both on the pathway and on this back wall here. Then I need to do the same on the other building. Woo, yeah, indeed. This is a celebratory moment. She's right. Boom. And then... boom. Boom. Look at that, gamers. So well lit. For you. And then we're just gonna copy and paste these onto the other side. Epic. Absolutely epic, gamers. Totally lit. Super fire. Looks great. Everything's coming together. I'm very, very pleased with these. I can't stop looking at them, but I need to. All right, gamers. It is 8:56, and unfortunately, I'm gonna have to call it there. But we've made a lot of good progress. Most of these buildings were completely barren when we started stream, but now we've got like a really nice Main Street vibe going down. When we have this gift shop and this restaurant finished, I think it's gonna feel very alive. And once we have more actual rides that will draw in guests, I think this park's going to be dope. It's going to be slow going with how dense and how I'm trying to go for realism. But I think the slow going will make it all worth it. But I will be back tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time with some more Planet Coaster. Definitely come check that out. You're not going to want to miss it. We're going to work more. I'll probably work more on either It's a Shore thing tomorrow night, or we might continue with this. It all depends, but I hope you guys join in for that. The best way to make sure you don't miss any of our streams is, of course, to subscribe, hit the notification bell. You'll be notified every time I go live and every time I upload a new video. I go live 4 times a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and I upload a new video every weekend. This past weekend was Subnautica Part 4. Definitely go check that out. I worked really hard on it, having to redub all of the game sound. So please go show that video some love. Make sure you like the videos, like the streams. Helps them do well in the algorithm, helps it get seen by more people, helps the channel grow, and I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday night, and I'll catch you guys all on the next stream. Stay sponge, gamers.